I'm delighted to be joined by Tadhg O'Shea. How are you, Tadhg?
Yeah, good, Davey.
Good. You're back home for the moment, and you go back to Dubai. Tell us a little bit about how your setup for a year is.
Yeah, listen, it's a nice time of year here for me, really. Right now with the lads there, they have the smallest fella and the biggest horse here, but I enjoy it there. I'm only here for a couple of months, and I'll head back to Dubai there end of September. So it works out well. Keeps me fit and gets me going again.
Obviously, this has been a different year with COVID-19, but and normally you come back the end of April, early May then?
Yeah, I'd normally come back, as you say, end of April, early May there, and I'd be riding the Arabians a lot in the UK and Holland and places like that. But obviously, this year that didn't happen with COVID, so I got back the end of March, and I went to the UK for a couple of months for the sales and that, and stayed there, you know. So listen, rather than going back and forth, I'm normally only home for just under 2 months anyway. So I stayed there, done all the sales, and rode out for Mick Shannon while I was there, and kept fit and had a winner and a few spins, and kept me going.
Good. You're here in County Wexford. Your wife Debbie's from here in Wexford, and you're riding out for your brother-in-law Andy Pearce. So you have a house up the road, so you spend those few months and then you go back. Tell us a bit how it works with your two boys, your two kids, and Debbie then. Yeah,
the two boys are in school here locally, obviously, but they come to Dubai and have done with me for the winters. For the Dara's 10 now in September, and Aaron's 7. So they're both in school here locally, but they come to Dubai for 7 months with me for the winter, and I stay a bit longer. I'm there probably nearly 8, going on 9 months for obviously I get there 6 weeks before the season starts, and get to know all the new horses and the babies again, and stay there. And then it's from end of October basically up to the middle of April. You're fairly flat out, you know. It's a very combusted season, so it's all for most weeks it'll be 4 meetings a week, so it's all go from the get-go.
Before we talk about the racing in Dubai, the two lads then, Aaron and Dara, it's a great way of life for those then. They spend the summers and a couple of months, other spring months at home in Ireland, and then go to school in Dubai then. Yeah,
listen, it works out great. They don't know how lucky they are, really. You know, they've yet to see an Irish winter. So look, it gets trickier as they get a bit older. As I said, Dara's 10 now in September, so he'll probably do another winter or two with me in Dubai. And look, it doesn't get any, obviously with the confirmation coming up, and secondary school not too far away. As I said, he'll probably do another year or two. But it's working great at the moment, has done for the the last number of years. But as you say, they have a great system there, and they go to a good school over in Dubai. It's English curriculum, so they basically get a lot of work off their teachers here, and we bring it over, and that keeps all that side of it up to scratch. So as I said, they've yet to experience an Irish winter, so they don't know how lucky they are.
That's true. And things are going well for you. Have done for the last 18 winters now. You've rode in Dubai. Things have been very good to you. We know each other a long time. You were champion apprentice twice in Mick Halford's when I was there. Then you rode a bit for Ger Lyons. You moved to England and then on to Dubai, and you've rode a lot of winners over there, and it's been a very good place for you, Tadhg.
Yeah, look, listen, Davey, as you said, we've known each other from the early days back in Halford's, and Mick was a great boss, and got a great grounding there as you did. You know, it was a great academy, if you like, to start off with, and had some tremendous years there, and very lucky years. And look, touch wood, going back to Dubai every other winter, that's how it all started. I remember back in the day, there was a month or 6 weeks left in the season, and the boss at the time, Michael Halford, said to me, "Come on, we'll go for a bit of lunch somewhere." So I didn't know what to expect, but we actually met UB de Burgh, and he explained to us on that day that champion apprentice of that year would be getting an all expense trip paid by His Highness Sheikh Hamdam bin Rashid Al Maktoum, for whoever was lucky enough to be champion apprentice that year. And thankfully it was me, and that was 2001, and I've gone back ever since. So lucky enough, as you said, to come back and do it again in 2002, and it's there really how it all started and how it all began from the early days in Michael Halford's and winning the championship. And touch wood, we haven't looked back since.
Going back to Mick Halford's, the old days, it's funny, it's so long ago, but you'd still remember as if it was yesterday. Miss Emma, she won, I remember that was probably your first biggest winner, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The Group 3 up in the Curragh Guineas weekend.
I actually rode my first group winner for Charles O'Brien a horse called Monte Castello in Tipperary. Tipperary was actually quite a lucky track. I had my first winner there as an apprentice there in Class Society as well. Look, there were great times, you know, and there was a great bunch of lads and girls there, and you know, we thoroughly enjoyed it and got a great grounding off Mick. And look, there's some horses there, you know, they'll long live in the memory, and we have the pictures and videos and keep looking back and reminding ourselves. But as I said, look, Mick was very, very good to me, and you know, without him and the backing of his owners, it wouldn't have been possible for me to be champion apprentice either year. So I have a lot to be thankful for him.
And then switching to Dubai, then there's 5 tracks in Dubai. You race 4 days a week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So what's an average week riding out every morning? Yeah,
you ride out 7 days a week. You start pretty early with the heat, obviously. So you're normally in at 5:15, and you ride out 5-6 lots most days. And obviously there's different work mornings or whatever. A work morning can be pretty busy, obviously. And you know, so it works well. There's 4 meetings a week, as you say. And you know, listen, it's people do say, oh, Dubai, it's great holiday. Listen, it's fantastic weather or whatever, but to go there working, you know, obviously it's quite busy there for from Thursday right through to the Sunday. And then we've got entries on a Monday, so that takes up nearly all the day because the entries come out for the 4 race meetings. So there's a lot of planning and sorting out to do. And you know, I don't have an agent anymore. I used to have Ed Marnane, only he left Dubai and came home. And obviously Dave Marnane, trainer's brother, so he works with Dave there in the office. So I kind of ride for 2 big stables out there, Satish Seemar, Zabeel stable, and Ernst Ortel, who's been a brilliant trainer to me out there, and he's main owner. I'm actually ride all his Arabians, Khaled Khalifa and Labuda. So those 2 men have been instrumental in my career out in Dubai, and you know, been lucky enough to win championships out there. But without them as well, it wouldn't have been possible.
You're the winning most rider out in the UAE, is that right?
Yeah, I've been there a long time. Listen, it was something in the back of my head there last year. Obviously, I knew I was getting close, and the press were letting me know that Richard Hills had held the record of winning most rider out there. So it was something I wanted to get done and kind of not get it out of the way, but move on, if you like. It's fantastic to do it. If you told me back in 2001 when I first got off the plane there that I'd ride 50 winners there, I would have taken it then. To ride well over 500, it's been an amazing journey, and hopefully a few years left.
Well, that's good. Listen, Tadhg, it's good to see you. Fair play to you riding point-to-pointers out here on your summer break. And when you go back in September, very best of luck, and no doubt you'll continue to ride plenty more winners.
That's great, Dave.